What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network, where all men and boys are welcome, and our issues are treated with the respect that they deserve. Excellence is our goal. Place to remind you that you are loved, that you do have intrinsic value, and it suggests that you do yourself no harm. Gentlemen, today we're going to dive right in to part 7 of the Keep It Real series. This particular episode, for those of you who are new to the channel, is one of a series of episodes I've been doing explaining the flagrant hypocrisy generated by and embodied by traditional Western women and what they want from us in terms of absolute honesty at all costs, but they have no intention of giving it back in return. This particular installment goes over bellies and booties. First up, gastric bypass surgery. Now, this one is often coupled with skin removal surgery, but we're not going to really touch on that one today too much. The cost for gastric bypass surgery can range anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000. 580,000 of these procedures are performed every year to the tune of $4.460 billion in the U.S. alone. Worldwide, this procedure brings in $11.6 billion. Now, this one's unique in that it requires a psychiatric review before undergoing the surgery because of how life-changing it is, the before and after. Women especially who are in long-term relationships or marriages have to undergo what the equivalent of marriage counseling is in other aspects, because what normally happens and what's been observed by those who've been keeping track is that when these women who for the most part have an attractive face sitting on top of an overweight body, when that weight comes down after the surgeon does what they do so well, this woman will find herself getting the attention of men who are way out of her league beforehand. Guys who wouldn't look twice at her because of all the weight she used to carry. And that often, way more times than not, brings with it the end of that marriage, the end of that long-term relationship, because now she's getting the attention from men who normally would be out of range for her. Never mind what will happen to the family after she destroys it. This is because after the surgery, her body often matches her face now, and thus her SMV, or her sexual marketplace value, has skyrocketed. So gentlemen, if you're dating a girl who's overweight and she's talking about getting gastric bypass surgery, beware, because the end of your relationship could be soon to follow once all the wounds heal. Next up is liposuction. Now, this one is a lot more involved because this one requires the surgeon to physically dig in the body with a tube with an industrial strength vacuum cleaner to liquefy and extract the fat from problem areas like love handles, the hamstrings, the butts, the stomach. It's an exhausting process. It's truly disgusting to watch. If you've never seen it, you can find it on YouTube and other places, but I warn you, do not watch this procedure before you eat something. Now, this thing can cost up to $4,000, but that doesn't even include things like the anesthesia necessary to get the process going or any other hospital costs. So do the math on that. $6.8 billion worth of liposuctions are performed every year. 1.7 million of them to be exact. Now, that's the bellies, fellas. This doesn't even include things like waist trainers, which most of them are Velcro based. Some have the hook and eye closure that you'll see in bras, but these are strap the stomach down and hide it until you can't hide it anymore. I liken it to, for my fellas who have been out here dating, and you meet a girl at the store or wherever you meet her, things escalate and she wants to go to the next level. She takes you home, you take her to your house, or maybe you get a hotel. Things are getting where they're going. Next thing you know, she pulls this thing off, and like a cartoon character, her stomach just laps over, and you're thinking to myself, what the hell did I get myself into? It's up to you at that point whether you want to stick around or whether you want to run, fellas. I'll leave it up to you. Last but certainly not least, Instagram's second favorite plastic surgery, the Brazilian butt lift, or the BBL for short. This one's unique in that they take fat from one part of a woman's body and they inject it into her butt and hips to increase its size, its volume, sometimes to improve the shape. This is a dangerous surgery, fellas, because 3% of the women who undergo BBLs die on the table or a few days afterwards. But because they've gotten so popular, because they've gotten so many people, women specifically, so much money through social media, through rap videos, etc., stripper poles, they're willing to put their lives on the line. 400,000 women have this done to them every year. These things range from $9,000 to $12,000 a piece, racking in $4.8 billion worth of these things worldwide every year. But the women don't care about the danger. As long as they can get a few extra dollars in their G-string, as long as they can get a few extra clicks and likes on social media, as long as they can get a few more opportunities to quote-unquote creep trap. Those of you guys who don't know what a creep trap is, any of those videos you see where a woman's in the gym, or she's walking through Home Depot or Lowe's, or she's walking through the mall or the grocery store with her camera in her back pocket, trying to catch guys looking at her recently augmented rear end, so she can then say, oh, look at these creeps looking at me. Like she didn't just spend the amount of a used car on a brand new booty. It's embarrassing, it's disgusting, and it's disingenuous. So don't let it be you, fellas. If you see a girl whose butt is way too big for her frame walking past you at the store, at the gym, or wherever you're at, don't even look over there, man. Do not give her or her hidden camera the satisfaction. It's a side note. This doesn't even include, gentlemen, the amount of black market booty enhancements that are going on out there. We don't have any of those figures. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below to a quote-unquote woman who injected all manner of products into women to give them butt enhancements. Things you can buy off the counter at Lowe's and Home Depot and AutoZone. And the time tried doing it got them time in prison, because some of these women died from it. At the end of the day, fellas, all these different aspects, these different masquerades, all these different frauds that are being perpetrated on us, don't even stop there, because then you have some manufacturers who sew in anti-cellulite hiding panels, which are double reinforced spandex to keep the skin smooth so you can't see it through the clothes. Then you've got ones who sew in extra spandex butt panels to lift the booty higher than it exists naturally, so it looks rounder in clothes. And you got some who got a scrunch pattern put right in the crack of the leggings or the jeans to make the butt look bigger. It never stops. It just never stops. The fraud is everywhere. And as you can tell, gentlemen, we're talking about over $12 billion worth of screw you, what you see is not what you get. So my thoughts in closing are simple. Keep it real. Okay, cool. But first, ladies, we're going to back you up on this one. You show us how it's done. For the women out there who are watching their diet, you're drinking your water, you're doing your lunges, you're doing your squats, you're doing your deadlifts, you're doing your cardio, we salute you over here at the Saving Men's Lives Network. For you women who are out there putting in the time and making it the old-fashioned way, we celebrate you at the Saving Men's Lives Network. And for you ladies who are hoping that your good example sparks that same type of energy from the rest of the sisterhood, we hope that you are successful in that endeavor. Because for the rest of us, we as guys, what you see, as mentioned, isn't always what you get. But we don't have technology to help make our butts look bigger without making us look ridiculous. With that said, fellas, that's my time. I apologize for the previous video and all the audio troubles that they couldn't be dealt with, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that this re-upload serves you well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I drop a new video. Leave a comment down below. You know any women in your personal life, gentlemen, or you follow on social media who had these things done to them? Love to hear about it. And share this video with a friend, a family member, a young man who you see a bright future ahead of him, if you think he can benefit from what it is we discuss here. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Till next time, fellas, it's the Saving Men's Lives Network. Plenty more to come.